What up, y'all? Weird introduction, but I'm out here. Me and Axel came out here to Brookville Lake to hike the Wolf Creek Trail today. I've never done this trail. Not gonna be able to do the whole thing. I'm gonna have to go like halfway and come back due to time restraints. But the weirdest thing, these things are just weird how they happen. But I'm sitting here getting Axel ready, and I took his leash and I set it. I was standing right here. I took his leash, set it on my backpack that was sitting right here, put his vest on him, and then went to grab his chain, and it wasn't there. So I'm like looking everywhere for it. Look, I moved my backpack all the way over there to see if like it fell off. I emptied it, looked around, can't find it. Looked inside, not in there anywhere. You see Axel just ready to go. And I'm like, could it possibly have went under the car? So I get down and look under the car, and it's right there. Behind the, like exactly behind the tire. I have no idea how it could have possibly gotten there. That is the most bizarre freaking thing. Like, I have no clue how it could have gotten right behind that tire like that. I took it out. I took it off his backpack, and my bag was sitting. I wonder, oh, I bet you it slid. I see what I bet happened. It slid through here. I see what happened. It slid through here and ended up landing right behind the tire. I was kind of freaking out a little bit, like how did it get back there? But that's what must have happened. It slid down through the rim and landed behind the tire. All right, man, I feel better. But God, this lake, come on, X. It looks beautiful out here this morning. We're gonna be actually walking that side. This is a weird trail if you ever come here. The trailhead's like over there by the guardrail. I don't know if you can see that like yellow and black thing right there, but the trailhead's over there. But it's not where GPS takes. GPS wants to take you to that campground right there, which I actually think you can cut into the trail over there too. I actually might try that just to see. But anyway, lake looks beautiful this morning. I'll try to get that up there where you can see. So we're gonna see, this is supposedly a pretty hard trail, but it's got lots of cool things to see along the way. Again, I don't know how far we'll get. I'm on a time restraint again today, but we'll get this party started, y'all. See you on the trail. Keep a hold on Axel till we get over here to the trailhead. This has been a pretty busy road for a Saturday morning. It's about, I have to look at my phone, but it's probably 8:30 a.m.-ish. It's cold today. Had to break the wool out for the first time. I'm not sure if I have to keep it on. I think it's in the 30s right now. But it's supposed to get to like mid 50s, I think. So we'll see. But the one thing I did forget is my gloves. My fingers are a little bit cold right now, but I'll warm up as I get to walking. But yeah, here's the trailhead right here. Come on. Or at least one of them. I think another one's behind me there. I might go out that way. So Wolf Creek section, the Adena Trace hiking trail. I think we go this way. Let me get him. Let's go this way, X. Looks like there's a few different trails that kind of run alongside each other here, so I don't know if it matters which way we went. Yeah, so this one, it looks like I'm actually going to run alongside the actual trail. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this takes us. As long as the lake is on my left, I'm good. If it's on my right, I'm good too, because I'm coming back to the car, so I'll be good either way. A little rugged already. Indiana does have some rugged trails. I know that because Jay and I went to Clifty Falls several months back, and that was kind of brutal for someone like me. You know what? Show you. Just seen a blazer on the tree, so pretty sure gray blazers is what I'm after. But yeah, if you ever go to Clifty Falls, be prepared, because that is way more rugged than I anticipated. That kicked my ass. Well, one thing's for sure, this is not maintained to the degree that like Germantown Metro or Twin Creek Metro is, or Caesars Creek, that's for sure. I'm only like 100 yards in, but there's trees down and stuff across the trail already, so I imagine it's going to be like that pretty much the whole way. I mean, they do come out here and maintain it, so this stuff's cut up, but probably just not as often as they do out there. Whew. Yep. Already plenty of obstacles. Axe. Come here. Hopefully there's a thumbnail on there somewhere. So I'm obviously breaking this trail, but the spider webs that I'm walking through, I swear every one of them is like a straight line directly across my eyes. Yeah, and I don't see them until they're in my eyes. I'm going to put like something on Axel's back, like a fishing pole rod or something, just sticks straight up while he walks in front of me when I go hiking, so he can take care of all these daggone spider webs for me. Man, look how beautiful that is. I hope y'all can see that. I'm hoping there's some like beaches or something that we can get to somewhere before we have to turn around and head back, so I can get down and get a real good view of the lake. See if Axel wants to swim, which y'all probably know the answer to that if you've been watching. I'm sure he will. Where's the trail, bub? No, I don't think it's down there, Axe. It's this way. Here, I think it's that way. Come on. Look, it's up here. Good boy. There you go. Blazer. My all trails, it's actually showed me on the right trail now. I didn't change or anything. I just kept walking, and eventually the satellite must have got me lined up. So yeah, I'm definitely on the right trail. Seems pretty well marked so far, but it is pretty grown up. It ain't too hateful, don't get me wrong. Nothing to complain about. A little more grown up than what I've been doing. Just start up this hiking season now. Trail could be pretty easy to lose if there were more leaves on the ground, or if it was snowing. There, another blazer. So if you come out here, again, the Wolf Creek Trail at Brookville Lake, Indiana, just keep your eye out for the blazers. Here's another one on the left. So at least this section is well marked. Gosh, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time today. But you know what, Lord? I'm thankful for the time you've given me. So I'm not going to dwell on that too much. But I'd like to get off trail out here next time I come for sure. Look at this spot. Lake becomes the river again. Brookville Lake was all river, and they dammed it up back in I think 1978, the year I was born. I believe. You can Google that, fact check me, but I think they dammed it up in 1978, so to make the lake. But it looks like right here is where it becomes a river again. To give you an idea of how big it is, the Caesars Creek Lake Perimeter Trail that I do, that actually I just posted a video of last week, that's 15 miles. There's like a 3-mile section that you can add to it to make it 18. But this one here, if you were to do the full loop around the lake, is 25 miles. So 7 or 8 more miles to hike around the perimeter. The thing is about Caesars Creek though, is that perimeter trail doesn't actually take you around the whole entire lake. One of these days, I'm gonna keep on going. If you watch the videos, the part where we walk over the tall bridge that's I'm always talking about, really, it does scare the shit out of me. I think you can keep, instead of going up and across that bridge, I think you can keep on going straight under and past that bridge to loop the entire lake. So I'll try that out maybe here in the not too distant future and see what that's all about. But today is about exploring new territory, finding a new adventure. It's more of a scouting mission than anything else, because it's called the Adena Trace Loop, which means there's lots of Native American history here, maybe mounds, earthworks. I need to dive deeper into it. If anybody knows, enlighten me in the comments, please. If anybody's from around here knows their history. But yeah, once all these leaves are gone and it's cooler and we don't have to worry about the bugs and stuff, we get out here and start exploring and seeing what we can find. Bulldozer Axel, man, he's a beast. Wonder what that blue arrow means. Well, blue circle and gray arrow. Oh, it means the trail turns left. That's what it means. Okay, kind of threw me off because it wasn't a gray blazer, but I guess it kind of is a gray blazer. All right, buddy, come on, this way. But yeah, checked out the map. That's what it does. And it looks like there's a stream up ahead of us. And then not another point of interest, at least that fits my screen. There's the river. Okay. All right, I'm seeing we cross the stream here and then we go back and get along the other side of the lake. God, I love these little spots like this, man. Looks like it's right there. So that Clifty Falls I was telling you guys about, definitely it's worth checking out. Just get prepared, because what happens is you get to a part of the trail where you come to the river like this, and all of a sudden, even if you're using all trails, maybe Onyx is better, I don't know, maybe other apps are better, I have no idea, but it looks like that the trail goes alongside the river, so you start looking for the trail and it's nowhere to be found. But what come to realize is the trail is the river for a big section of it. So you kind of have to walk down the sides, cross over, and keep kind of cross back and forth until you find the next like trailhead. So yeah, clipped it. Beautiful place, man. It's worth every step to go explore that place. So many waterfalls, and like big waterfalls, big for what I've seen in my lifetime anyway. So definitely worth it, worth every freaking step. But just know if you go there, it's challenging. Like, read the reviews and know that like most of them are pretty sincere. It's a rough hike for a little bit. And I can imagine during the rainy season when there's a lot of water coming through there, it's probably even harder. So, but you'll feel like you're lost. You will feel like you're lost. Come on, bub. Ooh, we're getting into the hills now. I love how he knows how to find the trail. But yeah, wow. We're getting into the hills now. This is cool. Yeah, so the Clifty Falls thing is kind of like this, just on a grander scale. But you see the blazer, like it looks like the trail would go up that way, but you see the blazer, it's pointing this way, and you can see where people have walked down and into this creek bed. So I see why people are calling this a challenging hike already. We'll see how much more this we get into. I keep my eyes on the ground. Yeah, another blazer. So yeah, this part of the trail literally runs up this creek bed. Looks like most people walk right there, but at least right now this is more wide open. Yeah, most people walk up here, it looks like. Ooh, you okay, bub? Yeah, guess he is. He fell kind of in a hole there. This is definitely, I'm not having a hard time at all, so I don't want to make it seem like I am, but this is definitely the most rugged trail I've been on since Clifty. Yeah, you see like these leaves and sticks are piled up, and there's holes underneath of them. And Axel just fell into one back there a little bit, but looks like he's okay. I see a blazer painted on a little tiny tree stump right there. Yeah, there's a little, I don't know if I just showed it. There's a arrow pointing this way. It almost looks like people have walked up right there where Axel just was. I guess either way don't matter. Let's see. There's a blaze on this tree right here that's down. Huh. This must be a trail created by hopeful people. This is a trail created by hopeful people. But it looks like the right way to go is this way. Here's more of all these ferns, guys. Again, I don't know. I don't know my history or facts well enough. I'm just learning this stuff, but I did see a YouTube video where a guy was saying when you start finding these ferns like this, they're not native to the area. They were brought in as decorative plants for homesteads way back in the day. So pretty cool to think about if that's correct. Now maybe these have spread far out and wide from where they originally were planted, but pretty wild to think as you crawl through these hills and stuff that there were probably homesteads back here at one time. This is one of those moments where it doesn't seem like it could possibly be right. I'm gonna see if I can't climb up this side. Come on, Axe. I see a private property sign up there. Where did the blazers go? Maybe that hopeful trail was the right way. Because there's a private property sign. I don't know if y'all can see it. Right there. So if I keep going that way, I'm on private property. Oh, there's the blazer. I see it. There they are. Yeah, I was wrong. That wasn't a hopeful trail. That was the trail. And that's why that arrow on that tree down there was at such a weird angle. So now I got to get back down there and get back up there. It's probably going to be a long video. I've done a lot of filming already. Don't fall. I don't want to turn the camera off because if I fall, it could be pretty funny as long as I don't get hurt. Might make for a good short. I see now. I see what I was supposed to do. It's right there. I did not see that. You come down through here. Okay. I got it. I'm on track. So essentially, Axel was right the first time as far as which way the trail went. He had it. I should have just followed him. Yeah, look at all these ferns. You guys think Axel will be able to jump over this one? I'm doubtful, but he has surprised me a million times. He's jumped higher than this. Maybe if I can get this out of the way for him. All right. We're gonna see. Man, this trail butts right up against private property. I'm pretty sure there's another private property sign right there. Look at him. There's nothing. I don't even know if I was able to get the camera on him quick enough. Yeah, this trail butts right up on private property. That's a little nerve-wracking. Man, like right there. Wow. Probably something I should know is those red bars there. This might be property marking. Property marker. Maybe not. Looks like it's underground something warnings. But wow. Fisherman down there in his boat. So I guess, I don't know. Maybe that's not, oh yeah, but I forgot we looped back around to get back around the lake. Duh. This is the lake again. Still well marked, but a lot of these blazers are getting old the further you get out here. So I'm 2 miles in. I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but I think what I'm going to do, because I don't have a lot of time today, like I mentioned, is I think I'm going to maybe go to this lake view point right here. Looks like that's probably another mile or 2 or 3. If I've already gone 2, yeah, that's probably another 3 or 4 miles. I'm probably going to hike to there and then turn around and come back. I think that's the plan of attack for today. That is somewhat near the halfway mark. So yeah, I think that's my goal. I want to go get to the lake view, and then I'll turn around and head back. Yeah, I'd like to get to that lake view just because this lake brings back like a lot of childhood memories for me. We used to come out here boat riding when I was a kid quite often, and we'd always pull off and find these little spots with these beaches where we could anchor the boat, get out, maybe cook out some food, and we'd swim and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely want to get down by the lake before I end this trip today. So that's what I'm going to shoot for, is that point. I could get down there, it looks like, but that fisherman is right over here. I don't want to bug him, and if I go down there and spend too much time down there, I'll have made this a pretty short trip. But I'd like to get in some miles too, so yeah, I want to push onto that marked Lakeview spot. What kind of mushrooms are these growing all over this tree? They almost look like old oysters. I feel like it's what they are. I don't think so. Those gills are too fanny. Too fanny. I don't even know if that's a term to describe mushroom gills, but oh, y'all know what I mean. Too fanny. I don't even know if I mentioned the reason why I'm not doing this trail end to end. But the reason is, I would just do that. The reason I'm not is because I've got Axel with me. So I don't want to hassle with trying to find an Uber that'll carry me and my dog. And then the other reason is I'm by myself, so there wasn't anybody to like park another car at the end to bring me back to mine. And again, time crunch today, so that's why I'm not doing it end to end. I'm just gonna, like I was saying a minute ago, go halfway and turn around and head back. But I'd like to do this thing end to end. I am thinking about calling Jalen here in a minute and seeing if she'd be willing to come and get me if I decided to. If she's not doing anything, I'm sure she will. So we'll see. I mean, plan's subject to change, but as for right now, that's the plan, is get to that lake view and head back. It looks like a left turn. This is what I'm used to seeing when the trail turns, is you'll see the one on the bottom representing the trail you're on, and then to the left is telling you that that trail you're on turns left. If we're on the right, it would turn right. So that threw me off, especially when everything leading up to it was just paint. So it is deer hunting season, bow season, and I just encountered a hunter up in a tree. Cool guy. We're on public land, no problems, but he was just letting me know he was up there, and let me know there's a couple other guys up here, but he said as long as I'm sticking to the trail, I shouldn't run into them. So yeah, I think I am going to cut this trip shorter than expected, because dumb me, this is why you got to not be dumb like me and not do research. I've got an orange vest for Axel, and I didn't even think to grab it and put it on him this morning. So I think I might not make it to the lake view. I'm gonna head up here, see if I can find me a decent lake view other than the one I was. Here, Axel, come here. Why don't you stay out of the woods, buddy? I'm really worried about Axel now. So if I can find me a spot to get to the lake here soon, I'll do that. But if not, I'm probably gonna just turn around and head on back to the car, because I would never get over if something happened to my dog out here, somebody mistook him for a deer. And he's got that brown backpack on, and he's about the right size. So yeah, I'm gonna play it cautious. Go on. I mean, I feel a little more comfortable because he did tell me he could hear me coming from probably a mile away. So hopefully if there's anybody up ahead of me, they know it's a person coming down the trail. Just looked over and spotted this mushroom. Right there. Not sure what that is. Looks a little different than mushrooms I'm used to seeing. Or maybe it's just a little bigger. I'm like noited out about hunters now, which I probably should be. I'm trying to keep my eyes on these trees and keep my eye on Axel. I need to think these things out better. And to feel the paranoia further is there are squirrels and chipmunks everywhere. So I keep hearing rustling sounds and thinking there's one. Like, honestly, that encounter kind of kick-started like intrusive thoughts. I keep visualizing the worst case scenarios. I don't even want to say it, but I keep hearing a rustling and thinking it's a hunter, like taking aim or something. And looking over just to see it's a squirrel or a chipmunk. So yeah, I'm not gonna, this is one of the things where I'm not sure what to do. Should I push through those thoughts or and finish my hike as planned, because I am on public land and I am on the trail, or and put more trust that the hunters are not out here being reckless and that they're looking and they'll know it's a dog? Or do I think of this as probably the right way to think of it? Maybe this is a little healthy anxiety. Maybe I listen to it, turn around and go back. That's the crossroad that I'm at. So I'm gonna walk for a minute and just keep my eyes peeled, and we'll see. I'm thinking I might have an orange bandana in my backpack, so I'm gonna check, and if I do, I'm gonna throw it on him. Okay. I didn't have an orange bandana that I could find, but I did have my orange first aid kit that I just bought 2 weeks ago because the first aid kit I had in my backpack was a few years old, and moisture had gotten into it, and I don't know how good anything in it still is. So I just went and got that a couple weeks ago, and it has relieved my anxiety quite a bit. So it came to my aid for sure. That should make him nice and identifiable. On top of worrying about my dog, I don't want to interfere with anybody's hunt either. I mean, this is everybody's land, this is public land. So from that aspect, I'm not concerned, but I just don't like the thought of messing up someone's hunt, man. Hunting is I think it's a very therapeutic sport to participate in. I always told people, I haven't hunted in a long time, but I always told people harvesting an animal is just an added bonus to what you get out of it. So I do want to respect that. So see here, it's saying the trail turns right. Yeah, I can see that orange good through the bushes. If it'll stay tucked in there, now it's right on top, so even better. It's not hanging on one side or the other. I've also got that red flashing light that I keep attached to his backpack. So past me came in. What do the kids say these days? Past me came in clutch on this one, keeping my dog safe. Man, I just wish I would have thought to grab that jacket. But that should do. You know, something that I tell people often through just learning through my own experiences, to not try to fight anxiety, but to lean into it. And that's a good example of what I mean by that. Like, I really thought about what was happening and came to a solution that I think actually is a pretty good solution. I wish I'd have been a little more prepared. I wouldn't have had the anxiety in the first place, but leaning into it did help me figure out a way to make him more visible and identifiable. So, and my anxieties subsided for the most part, because it was skyrocketing on me just a minute ago, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This trail is actually getting more well marked as I go. Every time it's a curve, every time I go around a curve, you know, slightly to the left or right, there's a blazer telling me that it's about to the curve left or right. So, ooh, I thought I was pointing the camera the other way. Every time there's a curve going left or right, there's a blazer indicating to me that it's turning left or right. So it's getting better marked as I go. Man, knowing there's hunters out here, he's got me walking around like the predators up in these trees or something. I'm listening for them freaking clicky growls. Yep, there they are. There's a hunter. Right over there. See, just seen one. Good thing I'm keeping my eyes peeled. That's funny, I guess I kind of literally am looking for the predator, huh? Y'all, if at any point during this hike, if you guys see the hunters before I do, mention it in the comments and let me know. I'm curious, because they're hard to see completely camoed out. I just ran into the third hunter. Yeah, I don't know if you can see him back there behind me or not, but they're actually on their way out. And we'll be coming back this afternoon, so it looks like I'm all clear. And he said he doesn't know of anybody up ahead of me. So that's all three of the guys. You know, the first guy told me there were two more. I've seen all three of them, so feeling much better. But I'm going to keep that light and that orange pack on the back of his back, just in case. This camera act's goofy, but good news. Just got off the phone with Jalen, and she's more than happy to come get me if I decide to hike straight on through to the very end. So might get to see this whole trail after all. We will see. I'm going to get to this lake point that I was talking about, and I'll make my decision when I get there. But yeah, I might get to see the whole thing, so I'm pretty excited. Again, we'll just see. I also know that if I really, really needed to, I could call Sonia and she'd come get me. But I don't want to take advantage of that, and she's quite a bit further away from me than Jalen is. But Sonia, when you watch this, just know that I know that you would have come and get me if I called you, if I needed you to. And it begin jungly again. Yeah, every little turn is marked. That is quite the hill right here to my left. Turkeys. Oh, did you guys see those? Two big turkeys flying up into their roost. I turned the camera on at the right time, but I don't know if the camera could punch through the trees well enough to catch them. That was awesome. Wonder where they went. Just right over here somewhere. Man, that looks like a good tree for roosting. Have to keep my eyes peeled for turkeys. That was freaking awesome, yo. That's what when I was really into hunting, turkeys, what I really like to hunt. I enjoy it more than anything else I've hunted. For one, if you do get one, and yeah, I guess this depends geographically as to where you're at and what their food sources are. But around here, it's the best meat or poultry, whatever you're supposed to call it, that I've ever had. It's delicious. And then hunting them is just so much fun because it's so interactive. You have to call them in. There's the chances most likely you're not going to get one. They're very smart birds. They got great eyesight. They've got great eyesight. They can see you from very far away. They can see little tiny movements. So very hard to get, just fun. And even if you don't get close enough to them to shoot one, they're fun to watch. They're just fun to watch. Watch them big old toms strutting around, trying to impress the hens. Nature is amazing. The natural world is just absolutely incredible. They even came and planted a blazer on this little freaking twig of a tree right there. You get you a drink? That good, bud? I was gonna say, hopefully he don't try to run down there. Nope, 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 no. Here, come on. Gosh dang, looks like we gotta get through this, whatever this is called, this bamboo switchgrass stuff right here. Almost doesn't seem like this could be right. No, here. He wants to go swim. It's not right. We're supposed to go this way. Says I was supposed to go left up here. I'm glad I looked. Glad I checked the map. Oh, wow. There's the blazer right there, but wow. I didn't even see that. Check it out. There's a picnic table. I wonder if this is a spot. Hey, Axe, come here. I wonder if this is a spot called a picnic area. Just had the map out. Didn't even think to look at that. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, kind of. Yeah, I think this is probably it. You see it's right there on the map, and I'm right here. It's showing it's on the other side there, but maybe it's like kind of all of this area. We'll see if there's more picnic tables or anything up here. This is an awesome trail, guys. This is much more jungly than I'm used to. Well, without going off trail. Yeah, this has been a fun trail so far. So Hayden didn't have time to join me today. Jalen has to work. And Jeremy started a third shift job, which makes it harder for him to get out here, because if any of y'all worked third shift before, you know the whole thing about chasing sleep all the time. But so yeah, it's just me, but can't wait to get some others back out here. This is far from boring. It's not overly challenging as far as hills and stuff go. I've hit a few good ones, but nothing like what's at Germantown or Twin Metro. Who knows what's ahead of me? I mean, look, y'all see the hills. So maybe that stuff's ahead, but so far I'm probably 4.5, 5 miles in. I mean, look at that. Again, I just had my map out, should have checked. I'm 4.5 miles in. I think that's what I said, 4.5 or 5. We'll have to check and see, but so who knows? There might be quite a bit of challenges ahead of me, but so far so good. It's just the overgrowth, thorns. I've scratched my hands up pretty good already, and climbing over obstacles and stuff, which to me just is what makes it exciting. So yeah, so far so good. I definitely so far recommend coming out and checking this trail out. I've ran into those 3 hunters, but I've run into no other hikers, which is nice. And don't get me wrong, I want people to get out and go hiking, but also I love it when I get a trail where I don't pass anybody and it feels like the entire forest belongs to me. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it when I get it. But again, there's blazers every 30, 40 feet. So as long as you're paying attention, you ain't gonna get lost. Yeah, so there's the arrow, and then you see the blazers here. You gotta go down this hill, you make this sharp turn. Come on, bub, come on. Let him go first, go on. You were going the right, once again, he was going the right way already, and I called him back. And now what? Where are the blazers now? Must be over here. Is it, there they are. Okay, so there's the blazers again. I don't really want to walk through that water though. I can probably cross right here and get back on the trail right there. But yeah, man, Indiana has some rugged trails, y'all. Go on, drink up, bub. It might take me a little bit of a break. I don't think we've stopped for a break yet. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take this backpack off for a second, let him do whatever he's gonna do. Explore the water a little bit or whatever. I don't know, maybe take 5 minutes here and then get back down the trail. All right, stripped off a layer because I am sweating. And so just down to the wool. We'll just keep on trucking. Well, yeah, go ahead and drink, buddy. Go ahead and drink. Yep, keep on trucking. There's blazers on fallen trees. What's funny is they actually look kind of new. As well marked as this trail is, you do got to take the time to look around a little bit. So I come from walking this way, and it seems like it would keep going that way, which even Axel thought. But I stopped and look around, and I see that blazer up there. So and then when I started paying attention, you can faintly see the trail does come across here and up through there. That tree right there is only held up by these branches right here. That's gonna fall anytime. If I didn't have Axel with me, I might would go ahead and see if I could push it down. But I don't want to do that with him here. You never know what direction he might decide to dart off in if he sees a chipmunk or something. That little picnic table that we come across back there must have been the picnic area that's marked on the map, because I haven't seen anything else, and we're well past that now. So that was it. It is pretty cool. There's an old picnic table way out here like that. That's nice. That is nice. I'd venture to say that this is a seldom hiked trail, because it really is hard to really even see it. You can see it, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, yeah, this is not a very traveled trail, which is kind of surprising to me. I would think that it would be, but it also, we're just at the beginning of hiking season as well. I bet you this was completely overgrown just 2 or 3 weeks ago. I have to look and see if there's any reviews on all trails within the last few weeks and see what people are saying. But I'd imagine this was very hard to stay on just a few weeks ago. God, look at this. Yeah, you can't see a trail here. Right. So we should be coming up on this lake view that's marked on all trails. It's a little sketchy little spot. Be easy to fall down if you're not careful, not paying attention. No, I was off quite a bit. Still got a ways to go before I get to that lake view, but here is a nice little lake view. Just not the one I was looking for. Thought I was moving faster than I actually am. Funny, we get to these spots where Axel stops and just wants me to go first. I think it's when he can't really see very well, is when he does that. Usually, as you guys can see, he's eager to be in the lead. But every once in a while, he stops and wants me to go. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, yeah. Ruggedness in Indiana for sure. And just like that, the trail widens out. Assuming I'm still on the trail. You know, the bamboo / switchgrass, whatever this is. Look at all this. I guess it makes sense that we're next to a lake, so. But I'm not used to just seeing that stuff all over the middle of the woods. Looks like some beavers been out here doing work. Yeah, man, I'm no expert, but it looks like beavers been out here doing work. That's what that looks like to me. And that tree has a blazer on it. So they're out here strategically taking down the trees with blazers on them to prevent people from navigating through their territory. I know what you're up to, beavers. Sneaky freaking beavers. I'm on to you. Again, beavers, right? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me when I sprinkle my expertise all over it. That was pure quicksand down there, it looks like. If Axel ran down there, it'd be trouble. Yeah, that's pure nastiness right there. Go on, buddy. That's a little tricky little spot. But we figured her out. Phew. Back into the brush, man. And here's a nice steady incline. It goes on for quite a while, it seems, while pushing through the brush. Ah. I'm ready for a break. Let's see how far I am. Right at 6 miles exactly. And I've really only stopped that one time for just about 5 minutes. So I'm anxious to get up here and take a load off for a spell. Let Axel get in the water, because I know he wants to. Man, this is hard work. It's dirty. Gets scratched up. Bitten up by bugs sometimes. But man, it is so much fun. I have so much fun coming out here and playing in these woods. And I especially love the new trails, going to new places I haven't seen before. It's been a while since I've done that. If you've been following me, you know that. So since the beginning of last winter, you know. So this is exciting. It is wearing me out. I'm still getting used to carrying weight around. Again, I really didn't need this backpack, but it's training and conditioning, so I carry it. I can't really lift weights anymore. I could, but I've had problems with my shoulders that when they flare up are pretty debilitating. I can't even lift up my drink to take a drink of it, you know. They get so bad. So I'm just afraid to get back into the gym and lift weights like I was. So I try to pack on extra weight, carry it with me when I'm going on these hiking trips to kind of make up for that and keep myself strong. Because this channel is not just about outdoor adventures. It's about keeping yourself strong and growing physically, mentally, and spiritually. If you haven't figured that out yet, which I'm sure you have. But so it's all those things tied up into one, and carrying around the extra weight is part of the keeping myself physically strong and healthy. But it does wear me out. So fortunately for me, the fun, the excitement, the joy, the peace, the serenity I get from coming out and doing this stuff far outweighs the hard work and grit of the experience. And then just getting to see all this beautiful imagery around me. I mean, it's just, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. All right, I do see a blazer up on a tree up there, but I'm not exactly sure if there's a specific spot here we're supposed to cross. Go on. Ah, there it is. I see it. I see it now. Right there. See, like on some of these older trees, they're much, much harder to see. Man, I bet this was a mess. Wow. That's a big tree that is down right there. I'm glad I wasn't on the crew that had to come out and clean that up. I think I came off trail. Well, I know I did because the blazer's up there. Looks like I should be able to get back to it though, just cutting over this way. We're only half a mile from that lake view. Yeah, that blazer's up there. See what the map is saying. It's really saying as long as I go this way, I'll come back to it. Yeah, here it is. All right. Now that definitely wasn't anything crazy, but it's just, man, nobody hikes this trail. Or at least very few. I shouldn't say nobody, but very few people seem to hike this trail. God, look at that. It just doesn't look like I should be going straight. It's wanting me to go down that way, though. Oh, see, man, it's so hard to see these blazers on these old trees. Okay. So now I can see it. Again, no matter what I do, I'm going to end up in the right place. But it's already grown up enough and pushing through a lot of stuff without being off the trail. So I'm trying to stay through the best I can. But it is very, very hard to see in some spots. But here we go. It's clearing up again. Ooh, stick almost just went right in my eye. Stick seriously just almost went right into my eye. You gotta be careful doing this stuff. This looks like where deer lay down. I'm guessing this, we'll see. I don't want to guess because I've been wrong every time. But I'm guessing this is the lake view. Now that we're still not at the spot that it calls the lake view. But this is definitely a nice lake view. That's beautiful. Through the brush. Man, beautiful. In the fall, just an amazing time of year. It really, really is. All these colors in the trees. And they haven't even really gotten real colorful yet. And then as it starts to clear out and you can see more into the woods. Come here, Axe. You can see more into the woods and how vast the land is. And you can really start seeing the hills. And awesome time of year, man. This is, I was just telling a friend, Lexi, my friend. Hey, Lexi, my friend. I was just talking to my friend Lexi yesterday about how last year was the first time I can remember in my life really being excited for fall and winter, and or like really looking forward to it. Now this year, I got to a point where I honestly just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for it to get here. And it is here. And it was, so far, it's everything I hoped it would be. Oh, this must be it. Well, I was hoping it was down by the lake, but this is pretty awesome too. Let's check the map. Oh yeah, this is it. Okay. Wolf Creek Trail to Fairfield Calls. So, look. This is actually where I started. The Fairfield Causeway. It says 8.3 miles, but my All Trails does not say I've went 8.3 miles yet. Then Wolf Creek Trail to Brookville Dam, 8.3 miles. That's not right. There's no way that's right. Let me take off this backpack so I can relax for a minute. Yeah, so according to All Trails, I've gone 6.85 miles. Let's shrink this down. And I've got about as much to go as I've already hiked. No, because that's way more of a straight shot than what I've been hiking. So I've probably only got 5 miles or so left to go. So there's no way that sign is right that it's 8.3 miles back to where I came from and also to the end. It's got to be more like 7. I mean, not that that's a crazy swing, but yeah, that can't be right. All right, fear of heights. We could get down there fairly easily. Don't do it though, Axel. This is an awesome view of the lake. Brookville Lake, everybody. I'm pretty sure that maybe that cove over there is where I saw that fisherman earlier. I don't think that's the same boat, but yeah, I think I passed those hunters like over there. Man, I hope y'all are enjoying this. I definitely am. 7 miles without taking a real break. That's I don't know if I've done that in quite a while. I might do that maybe when, like last time I solo hiked Caesars Creek, I might have hiked that far before taking a break, but usually we take a lot more breaks than this when I'm with people. I'm actually going to lay down on this table for a minute, y'all. I'll check back in here in a few. Oh, this is relaxing. I've literally only been laying down about 2 minutes. But I'm going to get back up and we'll get back down the trail because I want to find Axel a spot where he can relax. But man, I could go to sleep. I could go to sleep. All right, bud. All right, buddy. We'll keep on moving. I'll find you a spot where you can swim. Looks like the trail clears out again right here. We'll see what this second half has in store. Axel seriously just got sick of waiting on me and is leaving. Yeah, he's leaving. And he's going down. He's taking the wrong trail. Oh, here you go. Okay. He's getting impatient. I had to change the battery and stuff. It took me a little bit longer than he was willing to wait. So we're going to go. Come on, Axe. Come on, bub. Back to the trail. I didn't leave none, did I? Nope, sure didn't. All right. Back to the trail. They even put a blazer on a downed rotten tree. That's hilarious. This might be the spot I was looking for, guys. It is. Axel, come here, bub. Look at this little camping spot. Axel, here. Here. I'm gonna let you go swim, but let me get this stuff off of you first. He'll beeline the water, y'all. So. Go for it, buddy. Well, my mind's made up. Next time I hike this trail, I'm going to do this in the next few weeks. I'm going to hike this trail and I'm going to camp. I'm going to backpack this trail and I'm going to camp right here. Let this boy go do his thing. Awesome. Awesome spot. These are the little spots where when I was a kid, we'd pull our boats in, like I was talking about earlier, and drop anchor and swim up to the beach here and have us a little cookout and just hang out. Man, those are fond memories when I was a kid. Is this too cold for you, bub? No? But yeah, those are fond memories when I was a kid. Another thing that when I really reflect on how much I enjoy nature and just being outside, like where that came from, when I think back on my childhood, there was a lot of nature. My grandpa, being an outdoorsman himself, is where as far back as I can trace that to, you know, but remember he always had boats. And then big portion of my childhood, we were not a family that had much, but like my dad usually had a boat. We had a boat. I know we wouldn't get to take it out as often as probably any of us would have liked, but we had it and we did take it out. I remember going to Lake Tennessee, out to Norris Lake, and that's an awesome lake to go out if you've never been. I should stop doing these side views, showing how like big my nose is. But going out to Norris Lake, if you've never been there, that lake is like a spider web, kind of the way it's just a bunch of channels everywhere. I remember going out there when we were kids. So yeah, my roots in like the outdoor stuff they run pretty deep, going back to my earliest memories of childhood. But it's cool now coming out here because we always, when I was a kid, you know, we were viewing it from the lake out to the woods. I remember the first time I seen a deer, it was out here, and I remember just being blown away by it. I remember seeing this deer. You know, I don't remember exactly what part of the lake it was, but say it was like right here. We're like floating by out here, and I see a deer standing like right on the edge of the lake, and I just remember being like, at first being like, what is that? You know, and my grandma telling me that's a deer. And it's like, oh my God, had never seen one before. So that was the first time I ever seen a deer, was out here at this lake. So yeah, lots of fond memories. And now me and Axel are making more. Right, buddy? You can go play. You can play. Go play. You don't have to wait on me. I'm not getting in the water. Come on. You can go play. Maybe he's done. I mean, it is getting chilly, so maybe the water's getting a little too cold for him to swim too much. Feels pretty cold to my fingers, that's for sure. I'd still swim in this, though. It ain't crazy. It's probably about like what Mad River usually is, probably 55 degrees or something like that, 50. You having fun, buddy? You having a good time? It's funny because he comes over to pet. I don't know if y'all can see him. But he comes over to you, and then he just like puts his head down like this when he wants you to pet him, and it makes it harder for you to pet him, or harder for me to pet him because I have to reach down. You enjoying yourself, bub? Wash some of that dirt off your nose from where you've been digging in the backyard. You think I don't know it's you, but your nose is covered in dirt. I think he's trying to get Marley in trouble. I'm not lying. Like, I really think he's trying to get Marley in trouble. Because Marley's always escaping. He knows it. And it's like he tries to tell on him, which is good when he does. But I think he's out digging in the backyard and hoping we'll think it's Marley. It's cracking me up. It's kind of like back there when he started just walking down the trail without me. He's almost acting like he's going to do that now. He got his fill on the water and he's ready to go. All right, bud. I guess I'll listen to you. We'll go. I'm getting hungry too. I'm getting hungry, man. I know I probably say it in every video, but I try to fast for all my hikes. And that's not a... It's funny because it's a spiritual... I'm doing it for spiritual purposes, but the more and more I learn about like these spiritual rituals, the more you start to see how like not only are those spiritual rituals usually good for you spiritually, but like also physically. Like even thinking about fasting, look it up. I don't have the time to break it all down, and like anything else, I'm not an expert anyway, so I have probably I wouldn't explain it properly, all the benefits, but fasting comes loaded with benefits for you. And then even things like bowing down on your knees to pray. Bow down, lean forward. I mean, basically that's yoga. You know what I mean? You're stretching your tendons, your muscles, your legs. Like it's giving you opportunities to stretch your body in ways that are beneficial to it. Like you start stretching, you start getting better blood flow and all kinds of things. Like I see this thing all the time pops up on my phone that says, you're not getting old, you just need to stretch. Like so your spiritual rituals provide that along with the spiritual nourishment. So it's something to think about, man. Food for thought. But anyway, I do be trying to fast for my hikes, and I started getting hungry. But you know, my papa told me, I don't know, about a year ago, I was talking about that, and he did tell me, and he's like one of the most righteous people I've ever known in my life. Like genuinely righteous people. And he told me that when you're fasting, that to make sure that you, like if you start to get sick or you feel weak or something, make sure you eat something when you're out doing stuff like this. He's like, that's not like a violation of the spiritual fast if you're actually like putting yourself in danger, you know? So I do monitor how I'm feeling, and hunger is one thing, but if I get to where I'm kind of feeling like my sugar's dropped and like my energy is just depleted, and maybe I start getting a little confused as I'm trying to look at my map or something, like that'll happen. I'll eat something, even if it's just like a bite, you know, or a bite or two, just to get some protein and fat burning in my stomach. But anyway, you ready to go, buddy? You want me to put your backpack back on, or do you want to swim some more? Let's try. I wonder if I run down there, if he'll run back in the water. Nope. 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 I think he's done swimming. So we'll head on down the trail, y'all. Stug will not make up his mind if he wants me to walk in front or not. We keep stopping. Then I start to go around him and he takes off. Heartbeat in the head. Whew. As soon as you leave that beach, it's uphill. It's not a terrible uphill, but I did sit at a beach for like 10 minutes. So starting back up is grueling. There's walnuts everywhere. So gotta be careful not to roll my ankle. I've stepped on quite a few of them so far, but I've been lucky it's been towards the front of my foot. So I felt it before I put any weight down. Hedge apples too. Lots of hedge apples around here. Still going up. Still going up. Spider webs and brush. Spider webs and brush, baby. Just push on through. Bulldoze on through. Ah, boy. And a blazer that indicates we're on the right trail. And that is life in 14 seconds, y'all. I don't want to overemphasize, but yeah, definitely some ruggedness out here along this trail. Oh, my shoe's untied. Hold on, Axe. All right, let's go. I think Axel's kind of losing the trail a little bit. Thought I had a tick on my hand. I did not. Yeah, I think Axel's losing the trail a little bit. Oh, nice. Look at this. I don't know about this, Axe. I feel like you could get under over there. I really don't want you to try to jump it. Ugh. Look at him. No problem. No problem. I hope I got that. Come on, bud. This way. I hope I got a good shot of that. That was insane. That's a big, huge tree. I can't believe he just jumped over that thing like that. And he's got his backpack on that's probably 10 pounds. And he's 8 years old. He's like Spider-Man, Spider Dog. And some puffballs. Look like, yeah, so those puffballs that I found on my Caesars Creek hike a few weeks ago, if you guys watched that, they were way past time, but like this is what you're looking for with them. When they're white like that in the center, they're like marshmallowy too is what's cool. I don't know what they taste like because I'm afraid to eat them, but when they're white like that in the center, that's when they're good for eating. Do your research. Don't just go eating them because I said something about them. But that's what I've learned about those types of mushrooms. Man, earlier I was looking for an orange bandana in my backpack for to put on Axel, and not only did I not find an orange bandana, but I didn't find a bandana, period, which is weird. I thought I had a bunch of them in there. Well, not a bunch, but like 2 or 3. But nope, which I bring up because I wish I had one, because my head is sweating and the sweat hasn't started getting into my eyes yet, but my head is sweating, and usually when that happens it starts running in my eyes. Yeah guys, look, this is what I'm saying. There's some ruggedness to this trail. I gotta go right, but is it right? It looks like you turn right and keep going kind of right. No, you gotta go left. Axel, it's over here. He must have been right. He must have been right. Yeah, he was right. Yeah, he was right. Daggone it, Richie. Just trust the dog, man. Now he's not right, though. Come on, here. Where do you think it is? Here, bud. Here. It's this way. Dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. Like, those trees have probably been down forever. And it feels like just being out in the middle of the woods, like the way that the trail is so hard to pick up on. This is cool, man. I am tired. Getting back into hiking shape takes some work, and I don't know if I'm ever actually all the way there, because hiking always makes me tired. That's one of the things I enjoy most about it. All right, I'm gonna try to hold true to this. Not sure what's in there. Probably just globbity gluck. I'll seal it up. Throw it in this backpack of Axel's that I just unloaded some weight from, so I don't mind putting a little empty bag in there. And there's my one piece of trash that I'm hauling out of the woods today. I'm gonna keep trying to remember to bring that up, y'all. If you get out, you can pick up one piece of trash. If everybody did that, it would make the woods a lot nicer. And like, as of right now, that's literally the only piece of trash I've noticed. I'm sure there's been more, but that's all I've noticed. So That might be the only piece of trash that was on this trail now picked up. And speaking of on this trail, I just walked way off of it. It is hard to tell, brothers and sisters. It is hard to tell where the trail is. So you got to keep your eye on these blazers. Every time I turn the camera off, I see something else cool, but look at the mushrooms growing up the side of that tree. Long form YouTube content, y'all. That's what I mostly do on this channel, long form content. Hey, algorithm. My videos are for people who enjoy long-term content and also enjoy the outdoors and spiritual, mental, and physical growth, deep thought and conversation, talks about faith, talks about life, things like that. So if you're here, you're still watching this video, hopefully that's why you're here. But YouTube algorithm, you ain't got to figure nothing out, man. I'm telling you right now what this channel is about and who to put it up in front of. Yeah, guys, I mean, there's like no trail right here without the blazers. You can see it. I'm not saying you can't, but barely. Like right here, where is it? Bam, there it is. I see the blazer up there. That's what makes this an adventure. Or like, that's what makes this an exciting adventure, I should say. Because it really makes you stop and think, or sometimes maybe you just gotta have, maybe it's like hunting mushrooms and you have to let your eyes focus on it for a minute before you can really see it. Maybe that's what it's like. But that's what adds and makes it such a great adventure. You really got to stop and think. It's not about just walking. You know something I'm really glad I did today, besides just coming out here and hiking? I'm glad I didn't turn around and get back to my car when I ran into that hunter. I'm glad I pushed through my anxiety and took precautions, pushed through my anxiety and marched on, because I would have been home for hours by now and just probably sitting on my couch not doing anything. So thank the Lord. I thank the Lord for giving me the strength to push through, and I'm glad that I trusted in that to get me through. So, amen. Thank you, Lord. I'm exactly 8.5 miles in, 8.51 actually, and it says I have an hour and 49 minutes left to get back to the car, or to get to the end, which is awesome, because that's exactly the time I told Jalen I'd probably be there, if I make that time, assuming. I think I'm going a little slower than what it's anticipating, but which will be okay too, because she's working, so she probably won't be there exactly at 3 anyway. But anyway, I'm 8.53 miles in. I'm coming up on the things marked on the map is a fallen tree, which I'm assuming is just another fallen tree. But then after that, it says Battle Point. So I'm interested in what that is. Hopefully it's marked when we get up there. I don't want to pass it. Don't look like we're too far from it. Maybe a mile and a half or something. So anyway, maybe some interesting stuff coming up ahead here. We'll see. I'm still freaking going uphill, man. So I should have just checked my elevation. But I'm still going uphill. I wonder if that was a split, like 2 trunks going out, or if there was like a big burl here. Yeah, see, I got right here and it took me a second. I seen the arrow pointed left, but I'm like, which left? It's this way, bub. He's acting like he's interested in something. I wonder if there's coyotes maybe moving around us somewhere, or deer. Deer should be laying down. Maybe turkey. I don't know. But he's been acting interested in something. Yeah, burl at the bottom of that tree. So I am starting to get that weak kind of head swimming confusing feeling I get when I think my sugar does start to drop from fasting. So I just looked at the clock and it's 1:23. Usually I don't say I'm fasting the entire hike. I say I'm fasting till at least 2 o'clock. So I think I want to push on to 2 and eat me a Cliff Bar. Probably split it with Axel here. This really is such a freaking cool trail, man. Like, look at this, where it takes. This one is begging to be explored more deeply by the weirdos outside. So we'll be back to this one. I am going to plan on camping. Hopefully that spot will be open back there by the lake. And yeah, man, we'll see what this place really has to offer. Let's see. Is this the down tree it was telling me about? No, I'm still 0.3 miles away from that. But yeah, there's down trees everywhere, so it makes me wonder if, and they've been down a while, you can tell. So it makes me wonder if that downed tree is like a name to represent something. Good boy. More than puffball mushrooms. Yeah, I'm not going to make it to 2 without eating. Because I am getting pretty like low on energy. So I need me a little boost if I'm going to keep walking. And this has been virtually uphill ever since I left the little campsite and beach. So I don't want to push myself too hard. I can tell I've been burning the right kind of fuel for a while now, so time to just refill. I'm gonna split this Cliff Bar with Axe and maybe eat a couple pieces of beef jerky and then keep on moving. Whew, amazing how that like instantly makes you feel better. All right, half a clip meat. We split the Cliff Bar and then we split the beef jerky that I had left, which was probably about 1/3 of a bag of that old Trapper beef jerky. I don't know, probably like, I couldn't even, I don't know how much it was originally, but we split that and we're good to go. Let's see if Axel keeps jumping over these trees. And again, I wonder if this is the downed tree. Fallen tree. Sorry. It's hard to say. We're close to it. I just realized like an idiot I didn't fasten my backpack back together. Hold on. Oops. Man, this is awesome back here. It just suddenly got really yellow. And did I just about trip? I did. Thank God for GoPro hyperstabilization. I did just about trip. Look at that. So there's like that dead branch. I don't know, something about that branch. It just stands out. It looks so cool. Fall is a beautiful time of year. Man, that'd be a freaking climb right there. That goes way down there. But we've been climbing up for quite a while. It's flattened out, so hopefully we're at the top. It looks to me like we're at the top. I'm not seeing anything like anywhere when I look around me that's above us, so finally made it to the top. That is way down there. Impressive. That was worth the freaking climb up, man. Just looking down, look at that lake. Breathtaking, man. This is breathtaking. I can't wait to bring my peeps out here. Can't wait to bring my peeps out here, y'all. This is awesome. Wow. It's funny. It's like I walked in on all this yellow. And hey, man, maybe I just noticed all the yellow. Because that happens too. But all of a sudden I was surrounded by all that yellow. And then now it's like I'm at the top of the mountain. This feels symbolic. It's one of the moments that's like symbolically what I came here to achieve. I don't know how to describe that, but I'm gonna turn the camera off for a minute and span it. Well, now I look up and I see stuff above me. So I guess we weren't at the tippy top. And there's another tree that's just barely hanging in there. It's scary to walk by those. God. Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like up here. Back pushing through the brush. Man, I think I missed that battlefield or whatever it said on the map. Because I don't see it on there now. Daggone it. And also, yeah, where's the trail without the blazers? And sometimes it's just a little piece of blazer that's even left. You gotta keep your eyes peeled. Good golly, Miss Molly. This is crazy. Man, look at that big old tree. It's a nice view walking up on the lake right here. You don't get as much lake action as you do at Caesar's Creek, but you do get some beautiful views of it, and it's nice being right by it. And there's a nice little beach you could walk down to. Probably go down and let Axel get him a drink, actually. He's got to be thirsty. Yeah, because this goes on. Come on, Ax, let's go get you a drink, buddy. Another camping spot, too. And it don't look like it's been used in a long time, so this will probably be a good one. Yeah, let him get some to drink. Drink, buddy. Drink. All right, come on. These rock piles, very interesting. I've been seeing them everywhere. They might just be rock piles, but who knows? I mean, obviously people stack those up, but the fact that those flat stones are there to begin with. Yeah, see? These rocks are just like piled up all around me. And I've passed several that I didn't even turn the camera on for in between those two, so I don't know, it's interesting. Hey Doogie, if you watch this video, man, you got any info and stuff like that? Does that look like anything to you? I'll let your boy. I hoped it was over, but it looks like there's just more going up to do. So up we go. Up we go. 1,217 feet of elevation gain. I don't know if that's good or not. That's enough to wear me out, I know that. I'm at 10.4 miles. I got about another hour's worth of walking to do, according to this. And I've been out here for 5 hours and 46 minutes so far. Walking at 2.1 miles per hour. Oh yeah, not too much further to go. Not too much further to go. The green dot down here is where I started. Blue is everything I've already done. The green's what I got left to go. So we'll knock this out probably. I bet probably an hour's right. An hour's probably right. Up the mountain. On up the mountain. Sometimes you get down and crawl under. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop for a second because I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a hot spot on my right foot. So I'm gonna take this boot off, maybe change my socks or band-aid. I've been feeling it for a minute, but I thought I'm close enough to the end not to worry about it, but I think I better take care of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I do have that first aid kit right there, handily on the back of Axel's backpack, so might as well. All right, hot spot tended to, and feels 1,000% better. I'm glad I stopped and took care of that, because after I took my sock off and everything, like, that spot was tender to the touch, so it was definitely working up a blister. Got a little bit of one on my other foot too, but it's barely noticeable, so if I need to stop and tend to that one too, I will, but hopefully it will be okay, because there wasn't a lot of band-aids in that little first aid kit, so I don't want to use it if not necessary. Axel was getting tired of that last log he had to jump over. See how he does with this one. Yeah, see, he's getting tired, you can tell. You can tell. But still got it in him. Man, there ain't no stopping this dog. He a bulldozer. We've hiked so many miles together. It's I don't know, it's awesome. I love this dog. And he knows what he's doing. at this point, I really don't have to tend to him, which I know you see this all the time if you've been watching, but I don't have to tend to him too often. He just knows what he's doing. He knows how to find the trails. He knows how to negotiate the obstacles. He's about that life. Yeah, man. I can't wait to get out here and explore. And also, we bought snowshoes for this winter's adventures to hopefully expand our horizons on places where we can and can't go. So we're gonna be rocking the snowshoes, y'all. The big old like tennis racket style snowshoes. Another big old tree. So many of these trees are just barely hanging on to anything. Guess what? If you guessed I'm still going up, you would be right. Still going up. Ah. Woo. Woo. Feels good out here, guys. Man, it feels good out here. Woo! Be cool if I got some hollers back. Or scary if I got some hollers back. So these boots have never rubbed a blister on my feet before. I've never even felt a hot spot with them. So I'm thinking that what it is that this trail, like I keep talking, it has its rugged spots, like, you know, here's another one, is causing me to position my feet in so many ways where I'm, you know, kind of at angles and stuff, that it's rubbing in places where it normally don't. Because, yeah, I've, not that I've never had a hot spot period, but in these boots that I think I've been using these for about a year now, I've never had a hot spot. But I definitely worked one up today. Daggone, guys. You see what I'm talking about? Little things can be rough. I just got off the phone with Jay. She's on her way to get me, and she's gonna bring some food, which is awesome because I'm starving. And I should be done here in the next 40 minutes or so. And yeah, I can't wait to see the car. Lots of those ferns out here. My God, you guys. Remember earlier I was like, maybe the rough stuff's ahead. This incline is just so steady, man. And look at this. If you follow my hand, it's going straight to the trail. And it's just up after that. God. Man, I've been coming up. I've been coming up forever. Yeah, man. This trail is a doozy. All right. Oh, wait, no, this turns left. Thank God. Thank God. That's the red trail. Thank God. We get a little reprieve from the incline. Oh, boy. This life ain't easy, y'all. This life ain't easy. I'll tell you how tired I am. I keep seeing like mushrooms and stuff that normally I'd stop and look at. and I'm just not interested. I'm ready to be back at the car. Which is funny because I'd also stay the night out here if I could. But I am ready to sit down. I mean, we're pushing 12 miles through some pretty rugged stuff. Pushing through brush, and man, this incline, it's almost been perpetual since I stopped at that first little beach. Taking a toll on me. Axel's hanging in there like a trooper though. Big tree. That's a big tree. Get a big old root ball, man. That left a crater. That left a crater in the earth. I'd like to dig through that. Look for artifacts. Let's see if Axel's got another one in him. No sweat. You know how I know I'm getting close to the road? Because I checked all trails, but also sirens. Yeah, that's not coming from out here. Well, now I'm going downhill. And I've said before, I kind of think that going downhill takes more energy than uphill. And I know I'm not like gasping for breath or anything, but like the strain on my legs to go downhill seems way more intense. Like it seems like it really takes a lot more of my leg energy going down than it does going up. So I don't know how to explain like why I feel more like I ran out of breath. More like I got to stop and catch my breath. Going uphill more often than I do downhill. But I still say downhill seems harder. Yeah, going down is so much strain on my legs. Like it feels like so much constant strain. It feels like my right calf is on the verge of going into a serious Charlie horse type spasm. Not serious. I shouldn't say that. It's not that bad, but it's there. I can feel it. I have a tendency to hyperfixate and make things bigger than they are. It's not that bad. Nothing serious about it. Probably normal for being 12 miles in on a trail like this, and nothing outside of that. But just saying, I do feel like my leg just wants to spasm. Let's see what this sign says. The Adena Trace Hiking Trail is dedicated to the Hoosier Hikers Council, whose hard work and determination made this trail possible. Well, thank you for that. Much appreciated. And I will say I love this trail. This has been an absolute blast. I'm having a blast out here. It's so much fun. I wish I could find a way to make that thoroughly translate through video how much fun getting out and doing these things are. It is hard. It's grueling, especially when you're doing things like I do, packing extra weight on and stuff like that. But man, every step, every achy muscle, all the sweat, the scratches, the bugs, it's all worth it. Every bit of it is worth it. And look at this little spot right here. Now we get to be right next to the lake, I bet. If we had more time, this would be a great place to go take a dip. Oh man, we're at the dam. Yo, we're at the end. I bet it's deep out there. Yeah, it looks like we're at the end here. Y'all check this dam out. Awesome, isn't it? Look at the house up there. I think it's a house. Beautiful lake, man. Thank y'all for coming along with me today. Let's see if this is a parking lot. Yeah, I think this is it. Listen, thank y'all for coming with me today, man. I appreciate it. This has been awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed the hell out of this. It kicked my ass exactly like I hoped it would, to tell you the truth. So this will wrap it up, man. Axel, say peace. Be weird out loud, y'all. I love you. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Oh, look what's waiting for me at the end. Look what is waiting for me at the end. Jalen's about 15 minutes away, so I did an early sign off. I prematurely signed off. All right. Oh, God. Oh, this is awesome. All right. I will catch you on the next one. Peace out. You guys, I'm such a freaking idiot. We get back to my car, and I get out, and I set my camera on the hood of the car, and so I could put Axel in the car and get his backpack off of him and everything. And then I just jumped in the driver's seat and I took off driving, and I got 10 minutes away and realized that I never grabbed my camera off the hood. Turn around, had to hightail it back. And to make a long story short, I'll show you when I'm not driving. But I get back to the parking lot, almost to the parking lot, and there's my freaking Volta, my GoPro and my Volta in two pieces, and the Volta is smashed in the middle of the road in one lane, and my camera is laying in the other lane. So I stop and I get out and I grab them both, and I'm filming this on my camera right now. So obviously my camera is perfectly fine, not hurt at all. But my Volta, I'm coming to a stop sign. Hold on, I'll grab it and show it to you. Unless I threw it on the floor. I might have thrown it on the floor. But my Volta is smashed. Like, the piece that attaches to the GoPros broke off, obviously, for one. And the legs broken off of it. Yeah, it's broken off at the top. So yeah, it's broken down the side. But there's more to the story. I had two of those GoPro Voltas with me, and halfway through the hike, the battery died on it, so I switched them, and the one that I put on it that got ran over was actually the one that I had that was messed up already to begin with. So I'm really not out anything at all. But man, I was panicked. But yo, I was so ready to just get in the Jeep and head home. But anyway, man, just take that as a little message. Take care of your stuff. Don't be an idiot like me. I already killed one GoPro in the ocean, and I thought for sure that I'd probably just lost or got my second one destroyed. So anyway, peace out.